hear the Blue Ridge Ringers and may not have known what was going on when you walked in and you saw all these displays and people in the halls, maybe dressed up in outfits from different cultures and things like that. Well, our performance here is a part of an international festival that we're hosting here at our church called Getting Ready for Christmas. And so we hope that if you are here just for the Ringers, that maybe you'll get a chance to sort of walk through and also check out some of the different displays we have. A lot of the different rooms down on this wing of the church have lots of different displays from different countries set up. We have a nativity display here in the back. We've got all kinds of things all over the church. So we hope that if you were just here to hear the handbells, that you'll check out some other things too. And particularly a huge thanks to Belinda Winkle, our Director of Christian Education, who was a lot of the work behind this event, and all the other wonderful volunteers who helped to make this possible. And so if you are here to hear the Blue Ridge Ringers, we're very glad to have you, or if you just happen to walk in, that is wonderful too. So please stay. We'll be ringing from about now to about 5 o'clock. And so now I will stop blabbing and I will introduce the group. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the Blue Ridge Ringers.
Thank you, Blaine, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Christmas Around the World, which fits in quite well with what I see happening around the church here this afternoon. This is a Christmas handbell concert. It's a performance by the Blue Ridge Ringers, and the Ringers have put together a wonderful, wonderful collection of music to ring in this holiday season. Today you'll hear both familiar and not so familiar tunes, so I think you'll be very interesting to hear all of that. My name is Jim Bailey, and I'll be your announcer today as the Blue Ridge Ringers bring you this Christmas Around the World. By the way, did you know there was food out there? So if I go AWOL... Anyway, now I'd like to introduce to you the group's director, Ms. Karen Grady. Yep. So to start out this afternoon, the Ringers are starting their performance with a familiar classic, Winter Wonderland. This song dates back to 1934 and was written by Felix Bernard and lyricist Richard Smith. And while these lyrics do not refer to Christmas directly, you're all familiar with it, I'm sure, due to its seasonal theme, it's often regarded as a Christmas song here in the Northern Hemisphere. Winter Wonderland has been covered by over 200 artists, ranging from Doris Day and Bing Crosby from days of yore to more recently Michael Bublé and the Eurythmics. The song's lyrics are about a couple enjoying a picturesque winter landscape. They build a snowman who they refer to as Parson Brown, the local clergy, I presume. And they imagine the snowman asking if the couple is to be married, to which they tell him that they are not, but they tell him, but you can marry us when we're ready. Well, get yourself ready for a very festive holiday spirit of music and enjoy the Blue Ridge Ringers version of Winter Wonderland. Mary's Boy Child is a 1956 Christmas song written by Chester Hairston. Hairston was asked to write a new Christmas song by Walter Schumann, who at that time was the conductor of the Schumann Hollywood Choir. Mr. Hairston remembered a calypso rhythm and melody from an old song he had written years ago for some friends at a party, most of whom were West Indians. So he wrote a new lyric for it, for Schumann's choir that is, and thus the carol we have today that you're about to hear. The opening lyrics read, "Long a time ago in Bethlehem, so the Holy Bible says, Mary's boy child Jesus Christ was born on Christmas Day." Now, please enjoy the calypso rhythm as the bells ring, West Indies carol, arranged for bells by Hart Morris. The group's next piece, Ukrainian Bell Choir, is based on an old folk song. Most of us know this song as, anyone? Anyone? Yes, Carol of the Bells, very good, I'm impressed. It was named that by an American choir director and arranger who thought the melody sounded like bells. Yeah, right. Over the years, this song has become a popular Christmas song for choirs and orchestras and handbells throughout the world. It premiered in December of 1916 by a choral group made up of students at Kiev University and was introduced to Western audiences in 1921 at Carnegie Hall. The arrangement it just played, or to be played, is once again by Hart Morris. So now, Ukrainian Bell Choir. We now move to Canada. "'Twas in the Moon of Wintertime," or the Huron Carol, is a Canadian Christmas hymn and Canada's oldest Christmas song. Written in 1643 by Jean de Brebeuf, a Jesuit missionary living in Canada at that time. Brebeuf wrote the lyrics in the native language of the Huron-Wendat people. Not only is the music beautiful, and you'll hear the arrangement as done by Kevin McChesney, but the lyrics are also pretty interesting because they were translated into English in 1926 by Jesse Edgar Middleton, and they use imagery that is familiar to the early 20th century landscape of that country. In this version, for example, Jesus is born in a lodge of broken bark and wrapped in a robe of rabbit skin. He is surrounded by hunters instead of shepherds, and the Magi are portrayed as chiefs from afar who bring him fox and beaver pelts instead of the more familiar gold, frankincense, and myrrh. So really quite different lyrics, but the music, beautiful. Whether it's the original French version or the English version, the music is absolutely gorgeous. You'll hear it now as performed by the bells. This is, once again, "'Twas in the Moon of Wintertime." Asi Shalom. Oh, suggests we're going to Israel for this next piece, and indeed we are. The word shalom is from the Hebrew language, and it means peace. But to the Jewish community, it connotes so much more than just this simple English translation. It also implies completeness or wholeness. Safety and wellness are also packed into this little word. Susan Nelson has arranged this piece, Osi Shalom for bells, based on Nurit Hirsch's original work. And it includes the use of hand chimes. The Jewish flavor of this piece is enhanced by the use of mallets on the bell. And joining the bells on clarinet is Kathy Reed. So you'll be hearing a lot of different things coming from the group for this song, which is beautiful. The unknown tune, it's an unknown tune for most of us, but we hope you enjoy this version of Ase Shalom. The original lyrics for the song Silent Night were written in Germany by Josef Mohr, and the melody was composed by Franz Gruber. This beloved carol was first performed 191 years ago on the 24th of December in 1818 at the St. Nicholas Church in Oberndorf, Austria. Now, since then, this Christmas song has achieved worldwide appeal. And it's said that there are over 300 translations and many more arrangements in the world of this beloved song. This particular arrangement was done by someone who's well known in the handbell world, Fred Graham, music director at the American Church in Paris. Now, enjoy Silent Night. O Tannenbaum is a German Christmas song based on a traditional folk song. It became associated with the traditional Christmas tree in the early 20th century and was sung as a Christmas carol. The modern lyrics were written in 1824 by the Leipzig organist, teacher, and composer Ernst Auschwitz. The Tannenbaum, of course, is a fir tree, and the lyrics do not actually refer to Christmas or describe a decorated Christmas tree, but rather they refer to the fir tree's quality the fir tree's quality as a symbol of consistency and faithfulness. Joining the bells once again on this wonderful song is Kathy Reed on the clarinet. Please enjoy Christmas Tree. The Ringers' next number is a South American Christmas carol called Feliz Navidad, and it is comprised of 3 traditional carols, Fum Fum Fum, Alegria, and Alla Natia Nana. The arranger, Hart Morris, will make each of these carols special through the use of different bell techniques. For example, in the second carol, Alegria, the lower bells will simulate a marimba when malleted on the table. And simultaneously, a melody is played on the treble bells using hand chimes. Now, word to the warning, you'll note that this is not the Feliz Navidad that you hear on the radio. This one's even better. So, enjoy the bells as they ring this wonderful carol. The Rocking Carol, also known as Little Jesus Sweetly Sleep, and Rocking, is an English carol by Percy Dearmer. It was translated from Czech in 1928 and is performed as a lullaby to the baby Jesus. Rocking Carol was not all that well known until it was recorded by Julie Andrews in the 1960s. The lyrics and melody suggest the rocking of a cradle. So go ahead and relax and let the ringers rock you. For their final piece this afternoon, the Blue Ridge Ringers brings you from a distant homes. Sing We Now of Christmas? Well, we have a bonus for you today, apparently. I see it now, another page. For their second to the last song, From a Distant Home, this is an energetic, rhythmic arrangement of a Puerto Rican carol. Use of mallets on rolls and the accompaniment rhythms will bring out the lower bells. Changes of tempo and key, as well as the use of chimes, will also bring variety to this arrangement. The first line of the carol is, "From a distant home, the Savior we come seeking." So, this carol tells the story of the Magi and the gifts that they bring while following the star. Enjoy as the ringers bring you "From a Distant Home," arranged by Michael Hellman. The Blue Ridge Ringers closed their performance today They close their performance today with a collection of well-known tunes, which includes Christmas Time is Here, Skating, O Tannenbaum, and Linus and Lucy. Yeah, you've got it right. This collectively is known as A Charlie Brown Christmas. In 1965, pianist extraordinaire Vince Guaraldi and his trio composed and performed this music, reflecting the humor, charm, and innocence of Charlie Brown, Snoopy, and the entire Peanuts gang. Throughout this piece, the music paints a picture of first winter snowfall, myriad glistening trees, and powdery white landscapes, making it a truly enjoyable Christmas collage. So we take you back to all the times that you've watched that wonderful Christmas show, and probably will once again this year, A Charlie Brown Christmas. Arranged for Bells by Kevin McChesney. The bells now play A Charlie Brown Christmas. Well, on behalf of Director Karen Grady, the Blue Ridge Ringers, and Kathy Reed, our clarinetist, I want to thank you for spending some time with us this afternoon. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope it kind of sets you in the mood for the upcoming holiday season. And with that, thank you very much. Have a good evening. Oh, and by the way, if you have any questions, I'm sure they would welcome you to come up and answer anything you want to know about English handbells. Thank you.